Hi, my name is Lainey Dolphin. You might be familiar with me from YouTube already. And the difference about what I've done before and what I'm going to talk about today is the stuff that I talked about before really teach you the steps that you need to take to attach the dream to something very specific that's going on in your life this week that you're attempting to problem solve. And I think that's a great thing to do because people like my husband, for example, he just wants to know why he had that dream last night. He doesn't want to talk to me about how that dream reflects his early childhood relationship with his mother. So not everybody wants to do that, and I think that's okay because any knowledge that you get from a dream is good knowledge. But what I'm going to talk to you about today is looking at the dream from a deeper level, because we are simultaneously problem solving several different levels of issues all at the same time. And that's kind of what I want to talk about. So if you're a person like me who not only wants to know why you had that dream last night, but you also want to look at change in your life and bringing some power back into your life and some control into your life, then you can look at a dream from a deeper level as well. And so the first thing I want to say to you is that when we're born, we come into this world with a plethora of possibilities. You are born whole. You come into the world, you have the ability to be shy, to be assertive, to be afraid, to be heroic, to be assertive. I mean, you have every different possible, to be selfish, to be giving. You have every different possibility that you come into the world with. And the people who bring you up, or the life that you have as a child, teach you that it's more cool to be one way than another. And a great easy example is that if you were brought up in a family with lots of siblings, the message you probably got is that it's not okay to be selfish. Because you hear things like, you better share your toys with your brother, go look after your sister, you all better get along. So you get this message that it's not okay to be selfish. And if you're brought up in a home as an only child, you don't have to share your toys with anybody, and you don't have to look after anybody or help anybody out. And so maybe you get more comfortable with being selfish. And so what'll happen is we become what Frederick Perls called over-invested in certain aspects of our personality and under-invested in others. And so the point is that we get what Freud called our habitual reactions to life situations. And the problem is that it's not that one reaction is bad and another reaction is good. I never, ever say that. What I do say is that reactions that we have are appropriate or inappropriate. And we don't want to feel stuck always having the same reaction over and over and over again, because life throws you every different kind of situation that there is, doesn't it? And many of us already know that. And so you don't want to be stuck with the same reaction to every different situation that happens. And so what happens is that the dreams give you, it gives it back to you. It gives you the appropriate reaction to the specific situation that is going on in your life this week. Not only that, but probably if something is going on for you this week and you're having a certain reaction, it stands to reason that there are other situations going on in your life and other situations that have gone on in your life where you probably have the same reaction. So the dream reflects a habitual reaction, typically and often. And what it also does is it presents possibilities for different choices you can make. And this whole exercise that I'm talking about is exactly like working out in the gym. Because I don't want to say that change is easy. Change is not easy, but it is possible. And it's exactly like working out in a gym. You go into the gym, you start working some muscles, you come out, and not only does it hurt the next day, but it kills 2 days later. But if you keep going back to the gym and working out those same muscles, you will discover that after a little while, it doesn't hurt so much anymore. And that's what trying on and exercising new behaviors, it's exactly like that function. You try it, the first time it feels really weird, and then you keep trying it more and you get more and more used to it. For example, I'll use myself as an example. I was brought up in a home with a European father, and the message I got is, you better not open up your big mouth. And so I learned to suppress my feelings and not to verbalize how I'm feeling in certain situations. Now today, at 56, if I'm at a job and there's a boss over me, then it would be appropriate for me to adopt that behavior that I became over-invested in and not maybe speak up so much when something's bothering me. But in my relationship with my husband, it wouldn't be appropriate because my husband is my equal. And there's no reason why, if he hurts my feelings or I have an argument with him, why I shouldn't exercise that aspect of my personality that has the potential. That's what I call it, your potential. Take back your potential. And so the dreams give you that potential to, in this case, speak up, right? And so here's an example. There's this fellow, a client of mine, whose name will remain anonymous, who is often dreaming about flying. And for him, the analysis of the dream is about the fact that on the first level, because we'll talk about the first level, he has a fight with the girlfriend. So he has a fight with the girlfriend, and his initial habitual reaction is to take flight because that is what he's used to doing. He's not used to dealing with something. So he's dreaming about flying all the time. But recently, the dreams started to change, and now he had one dream, for example, where he dreamt that he was stuck in the mud. And you must have heard dreams like this where people say, well, I was trying to move, but my legs wouldn't. I was trying to run, but I couldn't run. My legs were stuck. And so he's having those kind of dreams now. And so somebody might have a dream like that, that they're stuck and their legs aren't moving because it's reflecting the fact that there's something going on in their life where they are feeling stuck. And it may also be that their typical reaction to things is to feel stuck and to have trouble letting go. But in this particular case, this fellow being stuck in the dream actually was the solution to the issue. The dream affords him the opportunity to exercise, to practice staying still, working it out, not running, not taking flight. And it was appropriate because there's something going on in the relationship where he needs to practice that potential that he has to stay with the thing. And then about a couple of weeks later, he had another dream where he dreamt about his college roommate. And when I asked him very quickly to tell me the first few things that come to his mind about that roommate, what are his associations, the first thing that came out of his mouth was, what a great debater, that he was a debating champion, that roommate. So here again, because all the parts of the dream represent different parts of your psyche, different parts of your personality, and we use different people as metaphors that represent that potential that we have. And so this fellow was dreaming about his roommate because it was, again, another exercise in the same situation to help teach him and give him practice to stay and debate, which is the absolute opposite of flying away. And so there you have it. That's an example. That is actually why I do dream work. I do dream work and I teach dream work for precisely that reason, because it's not only about problem solving what happened to you yesterday, it's about the fact that in my book I call it playing a different game on the back nine, even though I don't even golf, because I played it for the first 40 years my parents' way, and you have the opportunity for the next 40 years to take it all back and play a different game on the back nine. So you take back all these parts of your personality, all your potential, and it puts you in a very powerful position to be able to sit back when something happens to you and make a choice how you want to react instead of feeling stuck with your habitual reaction. If you want to talk to me more, you can get me at dreamsdocometrue.ca.